against her closest friend, now fiercest rival. You see the DAZN fan zone chiming in. 85% of voters feel that the Float will remain undefeated here tonight. You see that glimmer of hope. 15% of you feel that Grand Cruz DAZN can spring the upset. Our main event is ready to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to Little Caesars Arena here in beautiful Detroit, Michigan for the featured bout of the evening, brought to you by Salida Promotions and Win Records in association with 313 Presents and sponsored by Zeus Network, Bet Online, Only Fans, along with M Select Luxury Water, Tough Sheds, SMG Financial, and Nothing But Sports. Our main event is sanctioned by the WBC, the President Mauricio Suleiman, Supervisor Frank Garza. By the WBA, President Gilberto Jesus Mendoza, and the Supervisor is Kina Malpartida. And the WBO, President Gustavo Olivieri, Supervisor John Duggan, and the IBS, President Daryl Peoples, Supervisor Melvina Lincoln, along with the Michigan Unarmed Combat Commission Supervisor Clarissa Supervisor Frank Garza. By the WBA, President Gilberto Jesus Mendoza, and the Supervisor is Kina Malpartida. And the WBO, President Gustavo Olivieri, Supervisor John Duggan, and the IBF, President Daryl Peoples, Supervisor Melvina Lincoln, along with the Michigan Unarmed Combat Commission Supervisor is Scott Alhoffer. Introducing our three judges, scoring the action from ringside, we have Rose Gross, we have Alaska Roldan, and Martha Tremblay. Introducing our third woman in the ring, the referee in charge, she'll be giving instructions after the introductions, Sparkle Lee. All right, fans, here we go. With the main event of the evening, 10 rounds of boxing for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. And now, ladies and gentlemen, in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world on the DAZN, live from Detroit, Michigan, it's showtime! Introducing to you first the challenger on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing red trunks and joining us from her home of Baltimore, Maryland. She weighed in at 174.2 pounds and holds a record of 10 wins, 2 losses, with 2 wins coming by way of knockout.
Is that the same way on the other one?
At the heavyweight title and seeking to avenge her previous loss.
This one was better.
Please welcome the former undisputed super middleweight world champion and the current acclaimed unified WBC super middleweight champion. After the introductions, Sparkle Lee. All fans, here we go. With the main event of the evening, 10 rounds of boxing for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. And now, ladies and gentlemen, in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world on the DAZN, live from Detroit, Michigan, it's showtime! Introducing to you first the challenger on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing red trunks and joining us from her home of Baltimore, Maryland. She weighed in at 174.2 pounds and holds a record of 10 wins, 2 losses, with 2 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, making her first attempt at the heavyweight title and seeking to avenge her previous loss. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former undisputed super middleweight world champion and the current acclaimed unified WBA and WBC super middleweight champion of the world, known as the heavy-hitting diva, introducing Franchon Cruz Dessert. And her opponent across the ring is the defending world champion, fighting out of the red corner. Entering the ring wearing mint light green trunks. She weighed in at 174 pounds. A 2-time decorated Olympic gold medalist. She is undefeated in her campaign in the professional ranks with a record of 17 wins, no losses, 3 wins coming by way of knockout. Known as the greatest woman of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 5-division world champion, the 4-division undisputed world champion, and the current undefeated, reigning and defending, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, introducing Clarissa Shields. Once again, a referee in charge of this bout, Sparkle Lee, now to give instructions.
I'm gonna show y'all who I'm streaming it off of. This girl, so y'all can put it on y'all TVs. This who I'm getting it from.
You ready to see my instructions? Obey my commands. Protect yourself all the time. Let's have a clean fight here, ladies. Good luck. Thank you.
10 years ago, these two women fought, and afterward, they became good friends, even business partners, in a sense. All that changed when this fight was announced, and it really changed on Saturday. The two sides got in that nasty brawl at the weigh, and now Franchon Cruz Dessert is out to prove that she is the top heavyweight in women's boxing, but Clarissa Shields is to remind people that she's the best women's fighter in the world. Undisputed heavyweight champion versus the unified super middleweight champion. It doesn't get much bigger than this, and this looks an awful lot like the first fight. They are going at it immediately.
Who y'all think gonna win?
Tell people that Michaela Mayer has joined us in the commentary booth.
Ooh, these women are going for it. Big overhand rights by both at the same time.
Let's go! Let's go!
Pointing this out.
Oh,
Let's go!
Just like that.
That's what I'm talking about! That's what I'm talking about! Let's go! Let's go!
Technical difficulties with the camera's microphone.
Yeah! That's a fight right there! That's a fight right there!
Okay, here's better.
Caught in between the exchange with that left hook. First, been very successful with that left hook right over the top. Countering Franchon in the middle of her combination.
Very good left hook to the body as well. Chris Mannix usually gets the opening round, but when Clarissa can kind of reduce a fight to a series of timed races like this, she is very difficult to get the best of as she backs Cruz Dessert up.
Who y'all think gonna win?
Very fast. 4 girls in this weight class. A lot of the girls in this division can't keep up with that work rate. Franchon will throw 3, and Clarissa Shields will come back with 5 or 6 punches.
Yeah, I said at the very top, I love the idea of Franchon coming in trying to exchange Clarissa Shields. That's exactly what the 4 rounds of the first fight looked like. Clarissa's hand speed is just superior. Her punch out, what you said, is going to be more significant. She's got to fight behind that jab. I don't mind her being physical, pressing Clarissa against the ropes, but
well, there's that jab right there that you're talking about. It stops Clarissa Shields from coming in. As sometimes maybe it's too easy, so people get away from it. Clarissa sometimes get away from that jab, but she loves that right hand so much. But Franchon's got to keep that jab in her face and stop her from landing that big one too.
No, she's got Buddy McGirt in the corner, and nobody talks about the jab more than Buddy McGirt. The last 30 or 40 seconds is a microcosm of what Franchon should be doing. She needs to bring it down to single shots back and forth, use her body to be physical, so Clarissa cannot let those combinations go. So that hand speed is really on display here.
Yeah, straight down the middle. Clarissa has looping shots a lot of the time, so the way you beat looping shots is you go right down in between them. That's what they're going to give her a lot faster. Franchon's got to keep that jab straight down the pipe and time that right hand right down the middle.
She can't even really fucking fight.
And came off that jab. The final right hand from the serve as well. Nice bounce back there from the heavy hitting diva. Wow, she's going wild here in Motor City. Two fighters, 100 fights. The Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder, travels to London to face Garrett Chisora in their 50th professional fight, respectively. The Bomb Squad ignite the O2 from Odell Boy on a couple tricks up his sleeve. Make sure you don't miss the 100 Saturday, April 4th. Great action there in round two. Early in the round, it looked a lot like round one, where Franchon was coming in very aggressive with exact precision counter punching of Shields on display. Yeah, Franchon's got to try to avoid those kind of spurts, those kind of things that can rack up points, change the punch stats, really put her by the 8 ball. She got to stick that jab despite on the outside and make it ugly on the inside. Yeah. Doesn't want to be an exchange. And I will say, Michaela, if we're looking for signs of hope for Franchon here, there's only a handful of opponents that Shields has had who have even been able to make adjustments at all. And we did see Cruz deserve 8 some of them in that second round.
Yeah, we are seeing her make adjustments, and we're seeing her keep up the work rate. You know, she's not necessarily matching the punch count that Clarissa has, but she's doing better than a lot of Clarissa's opponents. She's still game, she's still coming forward. Hey, push Clarissa Shields against the ropes. Anyone, I would say push your opponent against the ropes. You know, it's not good when you're attacking on the ropes, and it looks good when you're the one pushing them against it. But Clarissa does so well against the ropes. Franchon tends to fall in and get countered, so I'd like to see her keep it in the center of the ring and keep the combination simple.
Chris Bennett, how is this looking to you so far? How do you have to score? I had 1-1 to start to get Franchon concerned that last round based on big liquor, so taking that jab and some decent right hands. 1-1 so far. Good round, but looking at here in the third.
Go, Clarissa.
Carissa's hitting that right hand free, looking at the shot right hand there on the inside with a hard body shot in that sequence as well.
Good counter one too from Franchon.
Yeah, gets round and then lands a good counter as a result. All of Franchon's success comes off the jab first. The lead jab is setting up the right hand that she lands.
Yep, start with the jab and finish with the jab.
Yeah, when she lunges in with the overhand shot, Clarissa sees it coming, and they get tangled up.
Go, girl!
Shields has shown some real heavyweight power. Fights earlier, she knocked down Daniel Perkins in the last round of that fight. So she got some pop in these heavyweights.
Come on, girl.
Found some of those shots, those machine gun combinations off the ropes, the same ones that knocked out Vanessa Lepage Joannis. Bruce Dessert stands up for them, and the crowd stands on its feet.
I'm for Clarissa. Who y'all for?
Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. If y'all don't like me coming on, sharing my screen and my energy or whatever,
That ain't me. That ain't me, y'all.
I'm kicking out everybody that got something negative to say
That's
about
her.
my energy on my channel, sharing my screen and putting my channel in a whole threat because I'm not even supposed to be doing this. So go ahead and make a negative comment. I'm kicking everybody out here that do.
Okay, girl, come on. I put Clarissa too.
Shields felt it slipping away, really poured it on and into the ground, even while fighting off the ropes, landing cleaner, sharper punches, and putting a big right hand over the top, right at the end of the round. She is sitting down on these hooks. She's a much better puncher, I think.
I was just going to say that I think she really found her power moving up the weight. I think that last 30 seconds in that round, Franchon definitely felt some of those shots.
You see Franchon's face starting to show the wear of those heavyweight punches. This is the kind of pace I think that Clarissa Shields can fight at 10 rounds. Not focused yet. Franchon versus her. Pay attention to Clarissa between rounds. Really focus on her breathing, getting her heart rate back down so throughout the performance is high level once again, each and every time. Little right hand counter from the outside there by Shields. Chris, going back to your point about Shields' power at heavyweight, one thing she pointed out in the fire meeting as well. This is the first time she's had 2 healthy shoulders in several fights. In the way that she's letting these folks go on both hands, I wouldn't be surprised. Box Total, nice slipping down. Both women throwing bombs here. Shields already over 100 power punches thrown. Yeah, Chris, to your point, the pace seems to be wearing much more on Cruz Deserve than it is Shields. That seemed like the first 2 rounds. She kind of unloaded her arsenal. Now, a little bit less for the output. Whereas Clarissa, that output's still there. 3-4 punch combination there from Shields. That comes Deserve, a little short with her right hand as well.
That right hand hook from Deserve, that's exactly what she needs to continue to throw. And beat Clarissa Shields as she's coming in, catch her in between her shots. Clarissa get confident with that right hand. We always see there's a point in one of Clarissa Shields' fights, that turning point, where she really starts to feel that right hand, she starts to go for it. That's when Franchon's going to be successful with continuing the jab right down the center. Jab, double jab, then finish with the right hand hook.
7 great fights all in one night. Most of the town on Jermaine Franklin headlined a massive night of boxing from Manchester, England. And the town will be the first to stop Franklin from the American derail. The town will be your live. It's Saturday, March 28th. We'll find out here on the show. Here we see Clarissa Shields really getting her rhythm going in that last round, letting those hands fly with bad intentions. And if you notice, Franchon for Deserve on that right knee area, looks like she got some piece of tape wrapped in. She took a bit of a fall at the weigh-in on Saturday. Some minor injury there, she did in this fight. Now we're going with the doctor this morning. Look at her ankle on that knee. Oh, good overhand right there from Shields. Now that's what it's deserved.
They're both throwing their head off the line and they're throwing that right hand.
Beautiful body shot there. That slipping hurt that Clarissa does. She slips outside her right hand, takes the left hook to the liver. Thing of beauty. Yeah, to your point, they're both technically sound. Very, very sharp, great hand position. Getting their head off line, as you said. Beautiful stuff there. Get up the body language. So it's really a shape of last round, round two now.
Yeah, Franchon has a tendency when she gets in, she kind of smothers her punches and ties up instead of dropping her knees and digging down to the body. She has a lot more success. She let her combinations go to the head and then started to roll, dig to the body, but instead she's there for Clarissa's counter. And it's hard to get away with it. Franchon throws 3 punches and Clarissa Shields picks back with 8 or 9.
Tiffany is working with a breathing battery here, managing the body shots that she was focusing on here in the 5th. They're not helping. Yeah, let it slip from that first to the body. She's done that 3 times this round.
Big right hand coming from Clarissa. That's the third one in a row. That was Van's penis.
And another one right over the top. Seconds tick away here in the 5th. Momentum swinging heavily in favor of the woman. Clarissa Shields, we're back to action here in the 6th round. You hear the drums sing in between rounds. Guys, this really is a special atmosphere here. There's something to be said about that Shields home field advantage in Detroit. It sounds different. There's a vibe here in this arena that is different from most fighters in boxing today. And Shields piling up the jabs. Chris Mannix, how do you have the score so far?
Yeah, I've got Shields firmly in control now, 49-46 off the first 2 rounds. Competitive, a lot of back and forth those first 2 rounds. Both fighters really punches, but the gas tank of the rest of Shields is just far superior right now. Just fresh, combination sharp, and it just feels like there's a different look on the face of Franchon through Discern over these last 2 rounds. 49-46 on my score.
More of that Franchon has gotten away from the jab before we're seeing Clarissa Shields walking her down, going in the front door, and unloading the